And here we were debating in the mid innings. I know you guys picked LSG, but please don't tell me you picked them to win like this. Not in this fashion. Everyone expected it to be a close game. Narrow win, if at all it came LSG's way, because this is a ground where 160 is also proven to be match winning totals. Throughout the season it's been a 160-65 ground. Last game did see 200, but 209 won. The chasing team reached 203. But the way you've had Lucknow Super Giants chase the total down today at an incredible pace, where they had 3.5 overs remaining. That is a total of 20 deliveries remaining. 20 deliveries in IPL means nothing less than 40 runs. LSG were well on their way to be chasing 230 odd. And if the total was 230, they would have chased it down. That's the mood that they were in. All highlighted by, of course, that one man, Mitch Marsh. 90 of just 38 deliveries. Quite unfortunate to be run out the way he did. Deserved 100, but we'll come to that a little later. But 90 runs really set up the game for LSG. Apart from him, everyone else, didn't. I mean, there's no way of judging them. Maybe it could have been a game, I don't know. Is the question that Chennai Super Kings bowling was very poor today, or was Mitch Marsh just batting on another plane? That's something that we're going to look at. But my first question, and when I see a performance like this from the Lucknow Super Giants, my first question that comes to my mind is, where was this team for the entire season? It's the fag end. I think they're playing their 12th game with 2 matches to go after this. So their third last game that they are playing. Where were they for the 11 games of this season? Where was this Lucknow Super Giants, I want to know, including their bowling, where they bounced out the opposition. Not too many drop catches to report either. Contributions with other batters as well. Where was this Lucknow?
I wish we could have known if this Lucknow Super Giants team, what was it? It was a muddled Super Giants. No plan in batting, no plan in bowling, injuries, constant shuffling up and down, plus pitches. Normally, Lucknow's also pehle aap sheher na. They prepare conditions where their batters can't flourish, except for 1 or 2 pitches.
But to be fair, I think they relied on their bowling lineup, a good fast bowling lineup that included a Shami, a Prince Yadav in form. So I think they went with pitches that assist fast bowlers, like today also. There's that extra bounce, and the fast bowlers made good use of it. Whether it was the young Akash who made his debut for the franchise, or it was Shami himself.
You have a good bowling lineup, but do you have a good batting lineup? A batting lineup that is in form?
I think exactly. So this is what I was saying. I think their problem is much the same as that of Mumbai Indians. I think too many people lost form even before the tournament began.
How did they lose form before the tournament?
Because you never started right. So even
before it began, and you never. But the ones who were in form joined them. No, Makram was in form in the World Cup.
But they were toying with this batting position today as well. While they have gotten over the line, Aiden Markram did not come out to bat. Aiden Markram should have batted alongside.
That's a positive. Look at that team.
But he should.
Rishabh Pant didn't come out to bat.
If they were the first team to get an elimination mark right in front of their name, it was because of their own doing. And Aiden Markram was not playing where he was supposed to play. Today, while you have won, you're again following the same methods that led to your defeat and led to your being at the bottom of the table. Aiden Markram should have been a starter. Inglis, first game also they played him right up top. Today also he had to play a supporting cast role today. Today he did that. But we know that much of his returns with the bat last year came while batting at number 3 for Punjab. So bad decision making, no clarity after 6, 7, 8 matches. And not course correcting after those 6, 7, 8 matches is the result of them being one of the first teams to get eliminated. Today was just a day where it was dominated by one man. Not very often in T20 cricket do you say that that a chase was completed single-handedly by a person. It was a single-handed show today by Mitch Marsh, and once you pile on those kind of runs in the power play and the 7th and the 8th over, match was done and dusted.
Whichever way they win, my point is
Too
still
many
that
players
where-
didn't have form. Too many players. Rishabh Pant again doesn't bat today. I wonder why. He should have actually come out to bat. I don't know why is it that he didn't send himself to bat over there. But too many people. There was no form at all. We were struggling. We had to put the entire scorecard, you had to put the entire team under a microscope, and you were still not able to find any form under the lens. So that is how bad it looked in terms of too many
I don't
people
know.
not having form.
I see this, by the way, there seems to be a trend in IPL that teams start becoming party poopers. We say that as soon as a team is completely down in the dumps, down and out, they will start being party poopers and winning games at that time where it is going to be crucial for those franchises to qualify, like it happened with Mumbai yesterday. Today it's happened with Lucknow. It may happen in the next few games as well. My question, why does this happen? Is it because the teams that, and it happens every season, is it because then these teams play without pressure and the opposition, because they have a lot at stake, they can qualify, so they are feeling the pressure, so they play under pressure, and the team that's already out, they play without pressure? Is that the reason? Or is there, at the end of the season you have to play well to ensure that contracts continue, there are no trades, there is enough demand, and then next season when you start in the 11, you leave with good memories. I can't believe that that's also not the reason. Half of the time they don't step up. Towards the end, a lot of players start stepping up. Why?
The first point is the most plausible. You look at the game that happened between MI PBKS. PBKS under the burden of pressure of qualifying for the top 4 and sealing their spot. CSK, same boat. They have today, if they had won, they would have gone to the top 4 and displaced PBKS. They have lost. MI and LSG now have the burden of expectations of the top 4 gone with them. So, is it any surprise that now MI have won 2 out of 3? Is it any surprise that LSG haven't snapped a losing streak? There is something when which team cracks under pressure. And today, Chennai were already under pressure. They lost their key bowler. At such a major part of the tournament, you lost your key bowler. So, they are under immense pressure. Their bowling was exposed today.
Yeah, I do believe that if they had an Overton, I mean, not to offer any excuses or looking at Mitch Marsh was in such good form that he would have won the game anyway. But I think you never know with a bowler like Overton, and this is exactly what he was doing. A lot of time oppositions would have a good start against Chennai, and he would come at that stage and pick up those crucial 2-3 wickets. Who's to say that if Overton was there today, he wouldn't have done exactly the same and picked them the wicket when it was needed? That partnership was flourishing. That's where the game changes. You pick up Mitch Marsh, as you saw towards the end. Actually, Mitch Marsh ended up getting 90. If an Overton was there, he comes in early and shows that he doesn't go past 30, 40. And you saw today after 90 also he gets out. They were a bit of a panic mode. You never know what, even though the game was done and dusted. So I think I agree that Chennai did miss an Overton, but I have to say one thing, taking nothing away from Mitch Marsh's batting, he was outstanding today. He joins the list of many batters who, though he still had a decent season compared to a lot of other batters, but joins that list. When you're out, then you play a knock that everyone will remember for the rest of the season. It was a knock like that, deserved the 100, and he was outstanding. But I can't help but blame the Chennai bowlers as well. Such poor lines, bowling in his leg, know where his strength is. Even the length so predictable. Anshul Kamboj, he would trouble him dancing on the wicket the first ball, and then he knew next one he'll bowl short. He used to hit him like simply from the playbook. And even a lot of those bowlers, that Gurjapneet, you had Spencer Johnson on occasion, though he still has decent figures compared to other, but bowling on his pads, freebie. I don't know how many boundaries he got in the fine leg area, the square leg area.
Today, if you look at it, Anshul Kamboj conceded 2 consecutive 4 sixes. Marsh hit him for 4 sixes. That was the pressure release point. Nicholas Pooran did a Carlos Brathwaite. 4 sixes, finishing it off.
Anshul Kamboj, the one-time purple cap holder, who's been very good for Chennai, has gone at an economy of 23.60. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is most for a bowler who's almost bowled 3 overs.
Yeah.
1 over, it is possible.
Yeah,
But
2 also possible, 20 you can end with. As was the case, let's be honest
20,
about it.
almost
I'm saying
24.
After 2 overs, you have situations where you have a bowler or 2 with 20 odd as their economy.
Okay,
But
so
you sort of course correct after that. It sort of comes down. It's very highly unlikely that third over as well you'd concede about 20 runs.
No, this season it is the highest. We've just confirmed it.
Yeah, 16
Anshul
deliveries.
Kamboj is the second bowler to concede 60 plus in an IPL game while bowling 3 or fewer overs, less than 3. So that is the cutoff after Khalil Ahmed's
0
for 65 versus RCB in 2025.
That was that same match in which Romario Shepherd took him to the cleaners. That was the same game because he, I think, conceded 29 runs, if I'm not mistaken, in that 1 over. Romario Shepherd absolutely took him to the cleaners, and I think in that 2 over bracket, I think Daniel Sams might feature. He got hit for by Pat Cummins, remember, in that 14 ball 50. 1 over went for 35 runs.
This season.
No, not this
We're
season.
talking this season.
This season,
Economy of almost 24 for a bowler, bowling more than 2 overs, I don't think would have
2
happened.
times, 4 consecutive sixes, 2 times in 1 over. He is Chennai Super Kings' leading bowler. And once you have made that statement, and that too it happened in the fag into the power play, hammered. CSK never recovered from that.
Going back to CSK's batting, could they have done more? I mean, again, I know people will then say, and I know I've got comments, I've tried to answer those comments also, that you only target Ruturaj Gaikwad, but please tell me, if I was to look at that batting, it is Karthik Sharma and Shivam Dubey and all who get you the runs in the middle, but look at the difference in the start that LSG got and what is the start that CSK got. Okay, I agree, Sanju also today, not the day, and he needs to be questioned. Now the fact of the matter is Sanju has been your best batter through the season, no? So if he has been your best batter for many a games and then he has 1 or 2 failures or whatever, he can be excused for that simply because he's done his job every game. Even Mitch Marsh has not had a great game every time, but today he's given. You tell me one game where an opener in Ruturaj Gaikwad, Urvil Patel has also won you games single-handedly with the bat. Karthik Sharma has been a better performer with the bat. You just look at that, one guy who was not in form in Shivam Dubey has also had a good game. You tell me one game where Ruturaj, I think he got 60 odd in one game,
he
but
got 250s.
yeah, but he wasn't the impactful knock that took them there. There were other guys who did it, right? So that is just still a support role kind of a thing. You tell me you're the captain, you're the opener, and
I think
so when are you going to give me a match-winning knock?
He's going to be playing sort of second fiddle in that opening partnership. That has been the trend this IPL.
No, bhai,
the aggressor will be
there is
Sanju Samson.
Jaiswal, there is Suryavanshi. Jaiswal has done it on some occasions. Suryavanshi has. There was a Phil Salt of Virat Kohli. Salt did it sometime. Virat Kohli did it sometime. You look at it any which way you want to look at it. Different franchises.
I think we've already touched on that in the sense that now it's an almost accepted thing, and Chennai, if they were finding it extremely hard right at the start because Sanju Samson didn't have the runs. Ruturaj was playing some age-old cricket that he was, and at the moment, if there is one big criticism of the Chennai Super Kings and their captain, we've said it multiple times over that it is because he's stuck in reverse. He's playing a brand of cricket that doesn't exist anymore, and that's not going to win you matches.
Brand of cricket is another thing. I'm saying where are the runs either? Brand of cricket is one argument that you can say, okay, that is, sometimes that kind of questions have come for a few other batters as well. Sometimes they've been directed at KL and so on. But on most occasions, KL would still get you the chunk of the runs, and he would do one responsibility very well of holding one end or being the guy, who will consolidate in times when you've had a collapse. So many other things. In Rutu's case, quite frankly, he is there in the team because he's captain. Yeah. Forget about the brand of cricket, but even in terms of pulling his weight to be in the franchise, I'm just saying, if he wasn't captain, honest to God, if he wasn't captain and you have been shuffling the side and you have been making changes, Urvil Patel didn't even start, he comes on now, and you're seeing. If he wasn't captain, you tell me if he would have continued there after 10 matches or 7-8 matches. Everyone's had to go through changes. He would be on the bench. You'd have to bring somebody else to open.
We made a whole list the other day of captains who were struggling to make it to the 11 basis merit. Akshar Patel was right up there as well. Ajinkya Rahane.
Akshar still had 1 or 2 performances.
I
can name one.
Yeah,
but here I can't even name one.
Just one where there was a match winning. No, I'm just
but Akshar's picked up wickets in another game.
He has.
But I'm saying he's bringing some utility, na. I may still take him in a team because he's an all-rounder, which is a rare commodity. Not had a good season. You tell me in Rutu's case, how would you be able to pick him? How would you justify picking him?
I'm not too sure though if you lost the match because of Ruturaj.
No, I'm saying full season.
Yeah,
I'm saying you have.
They have a lot of the Chennai.
Why I'm saying this match is because for a team to fire, somebody or the other has to step up someday. Okay, Sanju steps up someday, fine. Some days he'll have failure. Urvil steps up someday, he will have failure. That's what my point is. Anyone in the team will have to come up. Like Karthik Sharma stepped up today, right? That way you will have to, your batting lineup has to be made up of 7 or 8 batter, each of whom say, okay, 2-3 games I'm winning you. I can't every game. 2-3 my responsibility. 2-3 years, and that's how you reach
8 wins.
Yeah, 8-9 wins or whatever. It has to be divided. But in this case, they are starting with a disadvantage because they've lost out on one batter who can promise them to do that.
In this era, how do you manage to keep your place with a strike rate of 125 at the top? Exhibit A, Ruturaj Gaikwad. The pressure of captaincy.
You can if you get 700 runs in a season. Maybe.
But he's not even close to getting 400 runs in the season. He's getting only 300 runs, 2 games to go. At max, you're aiming for 400 runs in the season. Okay? But it's still underwhelming. At an average of 30 and a strike rate of 125, in this era of T20, Ruturaj Gaikwad, I don't know why he's going either in a reverse gear or in neutral gear on a 7-lane highway. I don't understand. Is it the captaincy? Is he getting bogged down by captaincy? Is he having the KL Rahul syndrome, where the burden of captaincy ensured he would make runs, but strike rate would be an issue? It's a telling thing that CSK in 2 years, look at Ruturaj's numbers in those 2 years. 583 runs, but again, that strike rate of 141. Okay. But T20, for that strike rate, that's a middle order strike rate at max.
Oh, in 24 you would take it. Last 2 editions things have drastically changed.
But that I cannot be picking players based on 3 editions. Urvil Patel had a fantastic 25. You're quoting 24 season.
Yeah.
Please look at 25 season.
25 injury, he didn't play that much, and the matches that he played in was bad.
Yeah, so my point is Urvil doesn't even get to start or didn't get to start even though he had a good finish to last season.
Yeah.
He didn't
Plus
even start.
had a wonderful SMAT.
He didn't even, exactly, didn't even start. Sarfraz is sitting out. Despite having a decent season in the chances that he's had, he's sitting out. That's what my point is. Better batters with more runs, better performance are sitting out.
Yeah.
But because he's captain, he continues.
The burden of captaincy is really weighing down on Ruturaj Gaikwad, and it is showing last 2 seasons. Tactics wise, he's got it wrong. Strike rate wise, he's got it wrong. Average wise, he's got it wrong. How on earth then do you keep the faith in Ruturaj? Which is why, as I have said, Sanju Samson has been bought in for the longer project. He is your captain, he's your keeper in the next cycle that is there. Even if Chennai don't make it to the playoffs, if Chennai even make it to the playoffs also by a miracle, Ritu can't be your captain.
See, Ruturaj is doing nothing at this moment to repay the faith that the CSK franchise had in him a couple of seasons back. I remember what was said about Ruturaj Gaikwad even before the decision was made official, that prior to that the season that had happened, they were ensuring that he was in close quarters with MS. He was being looked at from that time as to what his decision making ability was like, and he was taken very good care of that ways, and the franchise really thought that there is a leader in him. He had a couple of good seasons where he got those 400, 500 odd runs, 2 back-to-back 500 run seasons, but then the landslide in his form has been such that it just makes it puts the franchise in a difficult position, and with such bad form, then your position as captain becomes untenable of sorts. You no way can in the franchise. You can take one bad season, two bad seasons. CSK are also off the radar completely for the last few seasons now. So it is a huge wake up call, and you're put in a position now that you have to take that decision. Good thing now is for CSK, they have somebody tailor made for their franchise captaincy. Tailor made. Wicket-keeper batter, superstar already. That's what they love. It's just something that goes well with in their politics. It goes well in their cricket also.
And
They love the superstar culture. In Sanju Samson, they have a ready-made superstar.
it's not just the and I don't know whether we'll discuss that when we look at the points table, whether they can make it or not. For me, I think the season is done. I know mathematically you will say that they can. We'll take a look at that later. But I think they have what they can be looking at positively if they do make a captaincy change, is that they've got young players that are good. You know, Karthik Sharma, I think today played a knock. Again, he's got 50 before this as well. Now he got 141 also, not out, got 60 odd and then 71 today. So he's had 3 good innings in whatever 5-6 games that he's played. That's a very good conversion rate. That's why I was saying, you know, Rutu's played all games and look at that, one knock has not come. Karthik Sharma, youngsters already giving you 3 good knocks in the time. And this, of course, you know, I can't call it a match winning knock because they've lost, but at least it was a match setting knock. I mean, if everything had fallen into place. And what he showed today is the kind of discipline and maturity that some of their top order batters lacked. That, you know, it was a pitch that had an extra bounce. So bowler was going to go for the short pitch tactic. It worked for everyone. But look at how Karthik Sharma was so wise. Waited for his opportunity, the bowlers to get runs. And his standout ability is against spinners. The way he plays spinners, I think one of the best players to play spinners, clears them so effortlessly. So they have players, even Prashant Veer, you know, good attitude, multi-dimensional player, someone that they can go with. Urvil's already had a good knock despite not getting chances to begin with. So they have a good young talent brigade, and Ayush Matre, obviously the other talented boy who started but got injured. And if they can keep their bowlers healthy and not injured, they do have a good team to work with. But I guess, you know, in terms of form and captaincy, they'll have to, because right now they're having to carry the burden of Ruturaj Gaikwad, a player out of form, just because he's captain. Let's take a look at the points table and now tell me, are they making it or not? They have 2 games remaining. Technically, they can get to 16 points. 16 can help you qualify. You'll need a result or 2 to go in your place, right?
Can happen. Yeah.
Is that where they stand?
What are their fixtures like?
See, CSK now take on SRH on Monday.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
a churner.
At Chepauk, by the way. Churner at Chepauk. Yeah. Thanks for the alliteration.
Churner at Chepauk.
Then their last game is against GT in Ahmedabad.
Oh, so they're playing teams that are in the top 4. 2 and 3
Not
right
easy.
now.
I mean, you're at best giving them 1 out of 2. I'm just
At
saying.
best, yeah, to be fair.
1 out of 2.
I agree.
They're getting to
14
14. They're not making
They are
it.
not making it. Yeah.
And they get to 16 also, they'll have to hope for.
Then Punjab has
Then they'll have to hope for that Gujarat lose tomorrow.
against KKR.
And then they also beat Gujarat, na?
Yeah.
Then they are 16.
Yeah.
Then they have to hope SRH.
Lose both their games.
No, not, if not both.
Against, because they are facing CSK. If CSK win, SRH remain on 14. RCB then must beat SRH. Last league game.
No, but even if SRH win, they still get to 16.
16, yeah. The main thing is,
So it could be GT, SRH, CSK all tied also.
then PBKS must lose one of the games against RCB.
No,
or
then
LSG.
these 3 tied will still be on because only RCB will be clear.
Yeah, then you'll have 3 teams on 16. Na?
That's what I'm saying.
Then
It will be
for
on left hand.
CSK to be there, they'll have to hope PBKS lose 1 game, then they can only get to 15. PBKS, if they win 2, they get to 17.
Yeah, but my point is, even if PBKS get to 17, still teams with 16 will have a chance now on net run rate. Somebody will miss out, somebody will make it.
Yeah, looking at
Then
it,
you have to-
CSK are at the most vulnerable at 16 if their net run rate doesn't improve. They are the worst net run rate, by the way.
But if you are assuming they win both their games, then they will obviously be ahead of an SRH, right? Because they are almost a similar thing, and they'll go ahead of SRH, considering you were saying 1 win, 1 loss for them.
Yeah.
But in all of this, I just don't want to get into those deeper calculation. 16 can take you there. Other results will have to go in your favor. But let's go to the moot point. That is the 2 games that CSK have. Forget what everyone else does. And CSK firstly will need to win those 2 games. And that's the big question. One, they're playing in Chepauk and
SRH.
they take on SRH. If I was to even be generous to them, saying, okay, playing at home, and SRH has also been a hit and a miss side, just like CSK, 50-50 game, and because you're playing home, okay, fine, let's say I'll give CSK a chance to win, 51-49 also. But the final game
Ahmedabad.
versus Gujarat in Ahmedabad,
Not happening. Because on that spicy bowling deck against an informed Siraj, Rabada, Prasidh, CSK's batters struggled.
and a back in form Rashid.
Rashid Khan, Noor versus Rashid, that contest is going to be very interesting.
And unlike CSK, they are not pulling their openers for the heck of it. They have been getting runs.
See, on paper in that particular game, their bowling unit trumps CSK even before they enter the field.
Yeah.
So on that spicy wicket, and it's not a day game, it is a night game at Ahmedabad. So CSK's chances take a big hit.
I must say that Spencer Johnson wasn't bad in his first game. It's just that Anshul Kamboj had a horrendous day.
Day to forget.
Absolutely horrendous.
Day to
See,
forget.
2 overs, he had 12 runs on his comeback, Spencer Johnson. So
Yeah, that's
he,
what I'm
he
saying.
got swing, but swing was misdirected. But why was
No,
it
at a
misdirected?
time when Mitch Marsh was going berserk, he
Yeah.
bowled 2 overs for 12
12
runs.
runs. And
I think while one of the biggest factors is a maverick knock from Mitch Marsh, but let's extend the courtesy to Chennai Super Kings bowlers in the regard that there was an awful lot of dew over there today.
Agreed.
Awful lot.
Agreed. But I'm
You
saying
really
fast
need an
bowlers.
overpower total today. The total may not actually have been as bad as it's made to look now. The dew really skewed the
But then
competition.
that is going to happen.
That I agree.
It can happen the next 2 games also. You
But then
lose
on
the
top
toss.
of that, Anshul has a bad day. You're only using what 5 bowlers there. See, a better team would have made a match out of it for sure. For sure.
Why did he not go to Prashant Veer when you were getting
And
hammered?
one more thing I will say. One
not?
thing that Ruturaj erred on. You saw the way that the power play was going on. 3 overs of pace bowling wasn't working out for you. You waited.
Noor,
to
huh?
use Noor in the
Even I
7th
saw
over.
that. Yeah, I agree.
7th over. 3 overs you were conceding 20 runs. With Kamboj bowled, Johnson bowled, Spencer bowled, all of these guys, Mukesh had bowled the first one, all had given 13-20, something like that. So when you're about 45-46 runs in the first 3 overs, go to the spinner.
Yeah.
see, the program, I think the brochure that they gave on Prashant Veer was totally wrong. Okay, it was false advertised that he is a left-arm spinner, a like for Jadeja. Okay, if that is the case, why isn't he bowling? Then that means your brochure is wrong. You false advertise saying he's a like for Jadeja. He's getting a chance to bat. Okay, he's doing
Oh, I'm
Jadeja
sure.
things with the bat. But where is he bowling? Where is Prashant Veer bowling on a consistent basis? The two 14.2 guys, 14.2 crore guys, only Karthik Sharma has done brilliantly. But Prashant Veer has been totally underutilized.
Maybe it's the franchise thing, na? First few years you don't bowl. Shivam Dubey was not made to bowl. It's Mone Mokal who got the bowler inside of him once you graduated to Indian cricket.
No,
Maybe.
but then
So
see,
Prashant Veer has to make it to the India team to then.
Some graduation needs to happen.
Look,
then. Or
this-
maybe it's just the
If
way.
you're not going to use him as a bowler, then you might as well have played a batter there.
you could have played a Sarfaraz.
Just saying.
You could have played a Sarfaraz
Yeah.
in this place. So,
Yeah.
what is the thing that Prashant Veer is like lacking? How many times? See, look at it. Just one game in the last one match he bowled in 5 games. So that means Prashant Veer is only a batter, and you've underutilized him, and you're underutilizing him with the ball completely. CSK's lack of tactics at this point in time. I mean, you are talking about the one change, right? The one left arm spinner who bowled today, he got tongued. A spinner coming in would have made no difference. And Noor, with Ruturaj's conservative captaincy with the field in, he would have had no confidence. Marsh, Inglis would have tongued him over, inside out shots. So, getting a spinner also would not have helped. Sure, 4 overs, none for 21, but after the power play, he kind of stopped the run flow there. but he had no support. Gurjapneet, who was your hit the deck bowler in CSK today, apart from Mukesh Chaudhary? No one. Gurjapneet has hardly hit the deck. Anshul Kamboj hardly hit the deck.
No, they missed Overton.
On this wicket, it was an Overton-like wicket.
Yeah.
So,
But it is what it is. Injuries are part and parcel of the game. Got injured, you're gone.
and the replacement hasn't even come to India yet.
Yeah.
The Forrester.
Yeah, I don't know whether they would have played him directly. I think they would have still gone with this bowling attack. Spencer Johnson was already there. Anyway, what have we got?
For the points table. No, comments. Yeah.
Shire who? Oh my God.
If MS plays versus SRH and CSK wins, will he drop himself versus GT and break the winning combination just to achieve personal goal of playing his last match in Chennai? Waiting to see MS puts himself first or team first. Firstly,
do we know he's going to play that game in Chennai?
MS himself, I don't think at the stage where you're not technically out of the reckoning yet.
No, you're not. Not at all.
So, I don't think he'll play. The season's done for him. He's not playing.
He's not playing.
He's not playing.
Okay, so to answer Shire who, because he thinks that he will play because it's the last game in Chennai and he wants to make it as a farewell and he'll play. And then if CSK win, then will he play the next game on?
Yeah, in Ahmedabad. Oh, maybe the circle is complete. He won in Ahmedabad, final game Ahmedabad.
No, but last game though he said the Chepauk faithful he wants to play.
He had said.
Yeah.
But then circumstances change. I don't know. I also, knowing Dhoni the way he is, he's very unpredictable. There's a good chance he doesn't play.
He'll not play. See,
that was a very big thing for him to say.
So you think he's playing?
I think he's going to honor that.
And he'll play?
He's had several reasons, be it fitness, be it form, be it whatever. He's had several reasons to move away from the sport. But he hasn't. I think he wants to honor that. It remains in his head.
See, he's still in Chennai, by the way. Okay, he didn't travel with the team here. If he plays on 18th with qualification still at stake, brave call. Very brave call.
But again, at that time you'll say it's MS you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because I think I think it was Ashwin who hinted last for this game that he sees a certain finisher coming into the 11 for this game, he had said.
So it's definitely not Dhoni.
So he didn't come.
See, as a finisher, he's finished. MS Dhoni. A long time back, he's finished. He's not a finisher.
But my point is, I'm just saying, for argument's sake, Prashant Veer is not bowling.
Yeah.
I can play MS. I'm not fidgeting too much with the combination. Prashant Veer, the batter, has not shown me anything.
Poor Sarfaraz. What more?
No, but that's a different debate. Yeah. No, that is a different debate. He's not going to come and play at number 7. No, I'm just saying, if I'm CSK and if MS is fit, between Prashant Veer and MS, I'd rather play MS even now. So I'm not taking too much of a gamble anyway, right? Yeah. Yes, I would understand if you're using Prashant Veer as a bowler, which CSK clearly haven't, just bowled him 1 over in the 5 games. Then you're not looking at him only as a bowler. Purely as a batter, if Prashant is playing, then no harm playing MS also. There's equal chance of either one of them succeeding. So it doesn't really make too much of a difference to my
CSK,
team.
I mean, look.
I would, if I know why MS is not playing, I know because he's fit, I believe, but he's not playing because he doesn't want to disrupt the team combination just for him to be playing, right? But right now when I look at that team combination, him coming in for Prashant Veer is fine. Doesn't disrupt the combination, he should come in. Come in the next game, then play the Gujarat game also. Play.
The tactical prowess you will get with him.
Yeah.
But the tactical prowess.
At least he would have got, I told him get Noor earlier. At least he would have told one stare to the bowler and he wouldn't be bowling on the leg stump, on the pads of Mitch Marsh so that he can help himself to boundaries.
Marsh would not have probably dared as much to step out of the crease then.
Even if he did, I'm sure the bowlers would have done better job of executing the plans.
See if he's available, he wants to play, fit, etc., etc.
Look, there have been multiple statements. Statements. Oh, I will only play if I don't disturb the team combination. Juxtapose it, I would want to give the Chepauk faithful a send-off. Both can't coexist.
And a twin injury, na?
To an injury, but then the injury
Calf
happened at the
injury
worst
to
time
begin
for
with, and then
I will take the punt and say he will play the next game.
at Chepauk.
And
The
then the
last game.
GT game also.
2 games he's playing then.
As an impact sub, why not? Impact sub. Okay,
No, he won't keep using.
he won't keep.
Arey Siddharth.
Are Sanju, okay, then Sanju also goes
He's
away.
a very good ground fielder.
Yeah, Sanju can feel. He was on
Yeah.
occasions when Ishan Kishan does keeping. Sanju
Very
was
good ground
Why
fielder.
on earth do you want to disrupt a team that is slowly cracking and then give a sledgehammer and totally destroy it?
Play him. Play MS next game for Prashant Veer.
Yeah.
Play him. Same team. Play.
Yeah, the buzz that got
We will never
generated.
get out of the superstar.
Imagine,
culture,
can you
I'm telling
Toss.
can you imagine what will happen to the IPL? Firstly, he plays that game, they win. Plays the next game, they win, and they qualify for the playoffs.
Oh.
You know what I
Oh,
The middle
man.
6 over there, just think about it then.
See, there was a manifestation which I also did, okay?
Okay.
But I knew that CSK will not do it because they are not making it to the playoffs. But what if they make it to the playoffs, okay? Final. They make it to final in Ahmedabad. Again, Ahmedabad.
Arey
Okay.
Siddharth.
Listen, yaar,
Okay.
I'm giving you a fairy tale story.
Yeah, yeah,
Please
give us-
jump
we
to
love
fairy
that.
tale story. Okay?
So,
We love it.
26th or 27th of May, we are talking.
31st of May.
Final. Oh, I'm
Ah.
saying, okay, you made them through the
CSK
qualifiers.
make it to the final.
Okay,
Hook
31st
or
May.
crook, they make it to the final. You need about 25 of 12. A wicket has just fallen. In comes MS as the impact sub. Gives you over the line with one ball to spare, a boundary or a
Having
six.
played a single game or not played a
Not
single?
having played a single game.
Oh, so
Comes to the big stage.
it's like an angel landing then.
Yes.
He will not come then. If he's not played a single game in the league
just
stage, he
in-
won't come in the.
He's saying
playoff.
straight away in the final.
No,
he'll
he
come.
will not. He will not.
Who knows?
He will. He just might play the next game and the game after that.
If you play him in the next game, then
No, I think then if he plays next,
Adios.
next is his last.
he's not playing the GT.
He
He will play the GT game.
Adios.
If he plays next game, he's playing the GT game.
Adios, CSK. If he's playing, they're not making it to the playoffs. I'm sorry.
Well, how
Yeah.
difference if he
You-
replaces Prashant Veer? How does that
Veer, at least-
how does that change the team?
You have some hope with the bat. With MS, I can't wait for 4 balls in the last over to have him fire with the bat. I'm
you
sorry.
know na,
I think
pressure
too
is on the
harsh.
bowler.
Pressure, where is it on the?
Yeah,
Excuse
you are right.
me. MS Dhoni.
I have seen this a lot.
Yeah.
You can say what you want.
Oh,
Pressure
yeah.
does come on the bowler.
If you're seeing
He'll bowl a full toss.
Okay.
It happens.
Fine.
It happens.
Okay. He's who will be the last over bowler for Sunrisers Hyderabad when Dhoni is back? Ishan Malinga,
Hinge.
Hinge, or a
Bad
Sakib?
tactics.
Sakib,
Bad tactics.
Sakib or Hinge
Sakib.
or Ishan Malinga.
As long as it's not a spinner, he'll whack him.
Who knows? Oh, but SRS don't have quality spinners.
If
That's
it's
the
not a
issue.
spinner, he can whack
No,
him.
they have this one, na, Shivang and
Hardly.
Harsh Dubey
Arey,
doesn't play.
they are
Dubey.
some are
Dubey's gone
left-handers.
to India A.
Excuse me, he won't play GT. He can't play GT.
Why?
Rashid,
So he comes when Rashid's 4 are done.
they'll hold Rashid back.
No, no.
They'll hold him. MS comes, Rashid, you hold. That's it. Done. Done. You're not. He's not playing the GT game.
You're being very naughty, Siddharth.
Arey, but factual. That there is a reason why
I
he is
agree.
not succeeded against KKR for a decade.
Varun Chakravarti
And Sunil Narayan.
and Sunil Narayan.
If MS plays, his best chances against SRH because they don't have quality spinners. Number one. Number two, he wants to honor the Chepauk faithful. I am sorry, then you have ensured that personality wins over team.
I hope MS players hits a 6 and carries a chit in his pocket and brings it out and says,
Siddharth,
"Speak now, Sid."
it's very recent times.
now, Sid.
Personality has pipped political history
Yeah,
in Tamil Nadu.
I know that.
Personalities always
Which
win.
is why I had predicted a Vijay win.
Yeah, personalities always win in Tamil Nadu.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Okay, let's take more comments. Ram Gautam from the USA says, instead, did his army doppelganger show? Looks like it. Looks
I'm
like
doing
it.
the same action.
They met each other, right?
Yeah, they did.
But there's a huge height difference I saw.
Yes. Anshul Kamboj said, yeah, those memes are shown to me also, so I had to beat him.
Ash Anna started this.
Yeah, Ash Anna. He's a revolutionary, Ashanna, in all ways.
Okay, we've got Na from the US saying, why in always scenarios SRH is always losing? We take all scenarios, by the way. We've taken scenario of CSK also losing. All scenarios.
Yeah. Anyway, see, if SRH...
Nothing against SRH.
Yeah.
Just that Siddharth had...
Wait, why me? Arre.
Siddharth had picked them to be somewhere else on the points
Of
table.
course, yeah. See, that is definitely not happening now. That is definitely not happening. But what are you laughing at? You picked RR.
Arre, so they are closer.
SRH is above RR. Mind you. When it does, then you tell us.
Yeah. I was
Till
mocked
then-
after 5 matches.
I will say it on 17th. Because RR are taking on DC.
Let's see. Let's see.
Okay, we've got Siva Subramaniam saying yesterday CSK, Hamza, Shardul and Deepak gave their best for CSK qualification. Oh, he's being naughty.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, today MI Hamza, that is Kamboj, did his best to knock out CSK. Double agents he's talking about.
I mean, Mumbai Indians fans are saying, "Yaar, will you give us a party? Because we have opened the door for you guys, but now the door is shut. You don't want the party."
Harish Madhisetti has a good point. Why is nobody talking about RR yaar? In all these combinations, I'll tell you why.
I'm-
Because we did touch upon RR, but also they are a bit low on the points table, that's why. But to be fair to them, they've only played 11. So they have 3 games in their hand. They can also. Yesterday, in fact, our detailed table permutation combination, we counted RR also.
All RR, yeah, they're taking on DC. They are taking on MI in the last game. and
LSG. Very likable fixtures.
Yeah.
Very likable
But
fixtures.
not at this time of the year, where all of these teams play without
Burden
fear
free.
and burden free.
No, and MI in Wankhede, last game. RR, know the history. Another cap will be flung down. And DC, okay, you can, RR will have that revenge week that is there, na? How dare Kyle Jamieson do that to Vaibhav Suryavanshi? But yeah, Kyle Jamieson won't play because it will be Unity and Stark.
Stark and Lungi Sani.
Yep.
Okay, Dev Pratap Singh Chauhan is saying Parchi culture. This was the Parchi derby, by
This
the
is
way.
the Parchi derby. CSK versus LSG is the Parchi derby.
And then he got the other Parchi guy, Urvil, out also.
Yes. One Parchi guy gets another Parchi guy in that sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kevin John Abraham says, Nick, what do you think about VK's interview today? He was more candid and expressive in this one. Very good question, Kevin. We were discussing about that interview off camera as well. I thought it was a fantastic interview, though we still haven't seen the full interview because they've only put out a 14-minute version. I believe there's a longer version, so I'm waiting for the longer version. But I must say, one thing that I've begun to like about Virat, that he's so articulate and conveys what he feels so clearly, which is great. And I love to see where he was. And I think you can't help but think when you saw that interview that he was keen to talk about those things, because the questions were quite open-ended, not very pointed, and he mentions it in detail, which kind of tells me that he was keen to talk about those things, which is great for us as fans, because we always wanted those insights as to why he left Test cricket. And by the way, if you are a regular viewer of Sports Today, you would have realized whatever he said today is in line with what we reported at the time when he gave up Test match. We had said that he was, and now when you will hear him and then in the sense juxtapose it with what we reported, that and I went on record to say that he was offered that captaincy in Australia, and he thought that he's going to be given that captaincy. Then there was that Test match. This was after the first Test when they the second Test when they lost, right?
Adelaide.
Yeah, in Adelaide. Then he thought, okay, great. Then by the time the tour ended, there were conversations by the think tank where they spoke to him about what his future is, what are his plans, this and that, where he felt that, why are you questioning me? And he said, no, I want to play and this and that. Then before the England tour, again, a conversation happened. So in all, few things that really irked him, which was that he felt that when he is ready to give his best for Test cricket, somehow they are doubting him in terms of and putting him on notice. So at one point you were making him a captain and now putting me on notice. So if this is the environment, if you don't need me, then I'd rather go, because I want to be in an environment where I am needed. this is the crux of the matter. That's why I'm saying this was said before Virat gave his version, and this is what we reported on Sports Today. But now when you listen to him and then try and see our reportage back when all of this happened, then you can draw a parallel and make a connection as to where is he coming from. So I think it was pretty clear from his that he felt, I mean, to put it simply, a bit unwanted in an environment like that. And he said, okay, fine, if you think I don't add anything and you're going to keep questioning me and my ability, then tata bye bye, I'm leaving. That's why I think he's hinted why he's quit, and then also gave a hint about 2027 World Cup. He said people keep asking, obviously I want to play now. I don't have to say I'm coming and playing all bilateral series because I want to play 2027 World Cup. So what's there to ask? And you could like very well see it from his body language when he was playing ODI cricket that he wanted to prove a point. The reason he's continuing playing to ODI because no one has really questioned him on his ODI position or had that chat, what is your future, we may be looking at other options, could this be a last tour, things like that. Nobody's saying that in ODI cricket to him because they know that he's the GOAT at that level. And so he feels, okay, I'm needed here, so I'm going to play. But I like his one thing what he said, and that is a life mantra that I also follow. If you do, whenever you, and I think it's a lesson for all of us, for you guys, whatever you do, you will face times in your life or in your career where sometimes you will feel underappreciated, or you may feel tired, or you may feel stressed because of the work pressures, all of that. And then is a time, and I kind of channelize that too. It was lovely to hear from Virat, and I tell everyone to do it. Always go back to the point, the core, why you started doing it. And once you answer that question, I started doing it because I like doing this. Then everything else, which will be troublesome, no path is going to be easy. It will have problems. There will be friends along the way. They may be not enemies, but people who may be,
adversaries.
Adversary or deterrent in your way, or you may feel pressure because of work sometimes, not individuals but work, or you may be going through something in a personal life which is having an impact on professional, and then you want to quit or whatever, it puts pressure. Always go back to the core of it in your heart. Why did I start doing it? And if you still like the subject, like in his case he loves batting, so if in your case you're an engineer and you wanted to become an engineer because you just loved playing with machines or understanding the science behind it, go back to the core. Or if somebody is a doctor or VS journalist, let's go back to why you started doing it. And if your love for that subject is still there, that's it. Everything else will after a few months go away, right? But for what you're doing will always win. So great life lesson.
I know everyone's talking about Virat today because of him making such valid points, etc., etc. But in all of this, and again, I saw Gautam Gambhir's name was mentioned a lot on social media. Ajit Agarkar's name was mentioned a lot. But I think people are missing the point over here as well. I don't think in any way, yes, deep inside we're all Virat fans. That is something I've also said on record over here. And we wanted him to play Test cricket. But were the selectors really wrong in putting him under the scanner?
No, I'm not sure about the conversation. Then they were not. They were not. But it's how those things. You and I would not know, right?
I am fine with that.
It's how you take it. It's like you or I or any one of us mess up, right? It can, or maybe a performance at certain time is not up to the mark. So one way is of like putting your notice, one way is like to make you feel that it's better you leave than continue. It's also how it's put. I agree with you that in Test cricket his performances had dropped and a conversation needed to be had. But I don't know, he hints maybe the conversations were multiple times. Maybe the conversation reached a state where he kept thinking that, okay, it's happened, but I'm getting a feeling that I'm not wanted. So just as a courtesy, they are extending and keeping me. But heart of heart, they don't want me.
Per se.
I think so. That could be the case as well. Right?
The problem is, again, we'll never really know fully.
Exactly.
We'll all be guessing
and
something here and there. A few things will always be in the grey.
Exactly. Also, I'm saying that maybe both parties may not be wrong. Let's say if I have had the conversation and you've heard that conversation, maybe my intention is fine and yours, but you've taken it different way than I've said it. I just don't know, right? We don't know. But I will say one thing though, that while I completely love Virat's clarity of thought and what he did, and I understand where he comes from and he's made it very clear. My thing was that if I was Virat Kohli, and I did feel like that, I can understand where he comes from. A lot of people who do it. That if I'm not needed, I don't need to prove myself again. You don't need me, I'll walk off. Yeah? I'd rather be in a place where I'm needed or I'm in demand. I don't want to be a burden or whatever, right? Carry on. I've gone past. My point was that somewhere and that is what Virat Kohli is, right? When people doubt him, what does he do? Bounce back. My point was here also was a situation like that. He should have had a bit of a thick skin. And he would have said, मैं देखता हूँ कैसे निकालते हैं. तुम्हें निकालना है ना मुझे. Drop me. Announce it. Drop me. But I will keep playing. You can have 10 conversations with me. Oh, we are this could be a last series. Runs are not coming. We have to look at the future. Okay, a not great conversation to have. Maybe he was hurt, but I would have liked him to be okay. Don't worry. You're having now. I'll show you. He should have gone to England. He would have hammered the bowling there. Gotten 900 runs or whatever. Not 900, but 600, 500.
Getting to 900.
Yeah, I mean whatever. And said. Parchi, taken out the Parchi and said,
talk now.
But
see, even that
I would have liked that.
That it hit his hurt. He knew that he was on very thin ice, especially in Test cricket. 1 year out of the 5, he didn't have anything to go back on. He can't have said, oh, try and drop me now. Hello, your Test performances were poor. We can, we will, we shall. On the other hand,
I see what's happening there.
But it would have gone some other way. But okay. But see, how on earth could Virat have given this dare? Come drop me, talk now.
No, so that's his mentality. Yeah. I agree with Nikhil when he says that you try and do this to me. I'll bounce back. You want the numbers, I'll make sure that you bloody get those numbers in the next domestic competition I play. I would have been, and that's the Virat Kohli version I also expected. But
he couldn't have had that version.
Yeah, but
why not?
He didn't.
He was trying. See,
he didn't have partly the confidence to do it.
No. Excuse me. I'm just saying that I can't believe. I can believe anything you say. I can't believe Virat is a person who lacks self-confidence. No matter how bad a patch he's gone through. Test cricket, he went through a bad patch, right? But I can't believe for a moment that he lost faith in his own abilities. I don't think he did. Okay.
Then why did he quit?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe he just, as he says, he felt unwanted, and that took toll on him. And as he says, where he is in his part of his life, in his marriage with his kids, he said, "Forget it. I don't want it." We are. I agree. That's why I agree that maybe it's easier said than done. I'm just saying, this is what I would have liked to have seen from him. Maybe what he went through, if I was in his place or if you were in his place, maybe you and I also are emotional people, and I would have felt, if you don't want me, fine,
because
go.
You know why I'm saying
so are you saying that nowhere, because this is the kind of mindset I expect him to be operating at as well, that nowhere could it have crossed his mind that ye mere se ho nahi sakta.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, that's not the person he is.
Suddenly,
No.
It was
notwithstanding the fact that it had been a 5-year torrent.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if it was Dhoni Sakta, if he had that feeling, he wouldn't be fighting now for ODI cricket, coming back and winning or fighting to win, firstly winning the IPL title and then again wanting to win it the second time. That drive, he has that, you like it or not, even today. That's what makes him Virat.
I don't know if maybe there is no wrong party over here as well. Maybe there isn't.
See,
this is all down to narrative building, etc., etc. And who wants to believe what?
Let us look at the alpha mentality of Virat. Okay, he set gold standards in the modern era where no one has even come close. Okay, he's not maintained it for 1 year. He's not maintained it for 2 years. He maintained it for a solid decade. A decade of dominance where no one even came close. Okay. The law of averages catches me, and then for 5 years, for the high standards that I had, I struggled in one format. And the format that I love and cherish the most. He's made his love for Test cricket clear. He cherishes that format even higher than all the white ball formats.
And now do you think why he made that comment? After winning the IPL? Listen to his interview now, you know why. Yeah. He wanted to send a message that I love this format.
Yeah.
This is my favorite format. But
I
didn't want to go. Yeah. I was made to go.
He was made to go for one simple reason, even if you buy the selector's argument.
No, selectors to say he went on his own will.
He did.
He went on his own will.
Now, okay, You asked him to play Ranji. He did that. Even in Ranji, he failed. But that is not how Virat prepares, according to his own words. Mentally, I need to be psyched up. I don't need game time. That is the Virat
Yeah,
preparation.
so he was psyched up enough with these conversation. He would have been so psyched up for that England tour.
Something inside him for the standards that he had, for the backdrop of standards that he has set, and those 5 years, barring 1 year. Again, I repeat, barring 1 year,
But
4 years were really bad for him.
There is one thing I feel, it's not like, in one moment I feel, and this is how I look at myself, that I am this, I have these nerves of steel, and I am this resolute guy, having all the tenacity, etc., etc. I'm this strongly built person. The other moment I'm losing a psychological battle with the selectors. How is that possible?
No.
Both
See,
those things.
the more alpha male,
I am ready to fight my own self. I'm ready to fight my own numbers. I'm ready to fight the fact that I'm out to form for 5 years. But to the selectors, people who are sitting
Again,
and
Harshit,
taking
let me
the
tell
shots,
you-
I'm going to let them win this battle. Again, something about these two things put together doesn't add
no,
up.
again, I'll tell you one thing. The people who exhibit the alpha male mentality, psychology has shown, they are the most vulnerable. They are the most vulnerable. They are far more emotional. See,
Yeah.
they will
So what's
display that
wrong
alpha
with that?
male mentality.
What's
but
wrong with that?
No,
This is
nothing
what
wrong. There's
Virat
nothing wrong.
was
Nobody's saying
bottom.
anything wrong, but he's just saying why that decision could have
Yes.
come out of an
He-
emotion.
Look,
It's not necessary to say it's a wrong decision.
it is not the wrong to see. He understood. For example, if he had, instead of 5 years, he had only a 2-year patch. No one would have even debated Virat's place here. Which is why I'm saying all this talk that you highlighted. Oh, Gambhir will regret, Agarkar will regret, BCCI will regret. Boss, Indian cricket has flourished without Tendulkar. Indian cricket will flourish even without Virat.
Sure, it will flourish without everyone.
Test cricket will flourish and all the
Nothing-
propaganda that is there.
No, nothing stops for anyone. That's not even the point. The point is whether it could have been handled better or not. That's the
In
debate.
the history of Indian cricket with selection and with selection of BCCI.
No,
with
every
selection.
top player has gone through it,
Yeah.
from the Gavaskar to the Kapil to
Sachin
Sachin,
also,
everyone.
yeah.
So I agree. MS Dhoni.
MS Dhoni, Sachin's decision, I mean, he didn't come to know he was sacked as captain. Sachin Tendulkar, that's what you're talking about, the gold standard.
No, even as you know, his retirement was also,
Yeah.
Sandeep Patil spoke to him. Now he's, I love this comment by Sarath. He says, Steve Ticolo super chat loading in 1, 2, 3.
Moment we touched on the topic.
I love it. Keshav Kumar says, Virat be like, look at my hard work and dedication, but don't see the result.
Oh.
Yeah.
Keshav is from Siddharth School of Thought.
I see,
I
somehow,
think-
see, he wanted to justify. It comes on the anniversary, just 1 year, 3 days later, when he announced that
Also,
retirement.
I know, and I may cop a lot of criticism for this.
No,
Was
you
there
won't.
any cross questioning happening over there? Was this really the kind of an interaction? This could have just been Virat putting a video out.
No, but
You
that's
get-
not.
see, if it's an RCB podcast, I get
Yeah.
the point, right? Of course.
No,
there is-
I don't think the questions, as I said, were intended to bring this out of him, but I felt Virat was keen to talk about it.
Yeah.
And at a lot of times you'll see Mayanti is also saying, no, I really don't want to get into it. And maybe she felt that, she doesn't want to make him uncomfortable, which is,
This may not have been the
yeah,
brief.
but he was very keen to talk about it, which is nice. I got insights into
We all
his thought
got inside.
process.
But we have insights, but we're still in the grey right now.
No, that's because you've heard one side,
Yeah,
you need to get the
exactly. And
other.
we'll never, again,
That's never ending. That's never ending.
That's
As
that-
I said,
that-
history,
It'll always keep us guessing.
Yeah.
history will, unfortunately, in this country, not be kind to Gambhir and Agarkar. Unfortunately.
But they could also come up with podcasts.
But the
in future.
decision that they took, I'm
They
telling
have.
you,
Huh?
There have been podcasts.
They could be after they are done with their position. Right now, though,
but I'm honestly
there's only
telling
one
you-
podcast Gambhir has done since taking
Yeah.
over.
No, he's also said, no. It's very amusing that people think they are against me. or
I'm
something
pitted
like that.
against my own.
He put a tweet. Was it
I'm
yeah.
pitted against my own.
Yeah.
This was when he was responding to Shashi Tharoor.
Shashi Tharoor. But again, see, history will unfortunately be very unkind to Gambhir and Agarkar.
No, he meant to say, I don't know who he was just saying that he didn't respond. Shashi Tharoor wrote a tweet in praise of him,
Yeah.
to which he quote tweeted
Quote
and said,
tweeted.
thanks for pointing it out, because I have had to deal with people who are pitting me against my
My
own,
own,
which
yeah.
he was hinting at Rohit and
Rohit and
Virat.
Virat.
ये तो मेरे ही हैं लोग और इनके खिलाफ थे
मुझे
हाँ
रख दिया
enemy
जा रहा है।
बनाते. Okay. Dev Pratap Singh Chauhan says, Nikhil bhai, you nailed it when I was listening to his podcast. Only your analysis was correct. You are underrated. Better PR. No, thank you, Dev. I don't need. I'm happy where I am, and it's all your love and everyone who watches us in Sports Today. It's enough. We don't need. I often tell you, we are not the story. We are the ones who tell you the story. And that story also I got to know, so I shared it with you guys. And now, I mean, I would like that more and more people who are involved in the story come out and say so. It's great for you guys, for us, for everyone to know the insights. That's what we care about. We've Rahul, not Dravid.
Asking to captain may be questionable, but putting on notice after 5-year slump, especially after New Zealand and BGT loss and off-stump weakness, is logical. Else coach and selectors not doing their job. Ash also pushed.
No, but I just try to explain. See, it wasn't like that. I explained to you the sequence of events. So from being in a situation where you're saying that you will have to lead cricket now, Indian cricket, for 2 years. So maybe in his mind he thinks, okay, I have to now, step in, and this team needs help. You were in disarray in BGT. So now I have to take them forward, and he's preparing himself mentally. Then by the time 2 more test matches happen, then you call him and tell him, we don't know whether you have a long-term future. That takes him by surprise, right? That just now I was being told that okay. So he still puts his head down, comes, plays Ranji Trophy, does it. Again, he's had a conversation, we don't know, maybe this is going to... Maybe, I'm just saying, you and I may look at it differently. I'm not saying it was anything wrong, but I think the way it may have been broken to him didn't go down well with him. You and I won't know because we weren't in that room.
But, one thing comes to my mind as well. If that conversation was held, and correct me if I'm wrong, that conversation was held with him after the Perth century had come, not prior to that.
No, it was held after the BGT.
Yeah.
One in the middle of the BGT, one after
exactly.
the BGT, one before
and
the
middle
England
would
tour.
mean then after the first test match, because prior to that there weren't any runs as well, right, in test cricket.
No, yeah, but
So
his thing was not about runs. See, what happened was that I'll tell you where it all came from. It came from the Indian team being in disarray. They went after that Perth win, they went to Canberra, they had a practice game.
The ping ball practice.
Yeah, that's where it was realized that there is no leader, and then you remember there was a bit of a captaincy change. He came in, so they felt that team was in a bit of a disarray. They needed a roadmap, a plan, a new energy to go forward. So that's when the conversation was had with him. So he thought, now I will, okay, maybe I have to now prepare and start on a fresh roadmap. That time Shubman wasn't part.
Devil's advocate.
Just let me finish. That time Shubman wasn't part in the thought process. He was nowhere there, nothing. So they thought he's the guy. He prepares himself like that. By that time the tour doesn't finish that way, and then you're suddenly telling him that. Again, I'm not saying there's right or wrong. He does not like it that way, and he says, I'm done with it. That's his point. I mean, sure, conversation needed to be had with him. But we don't know how it happened or how it didn't happen. Plus, even if you say conversation need to be had, it's not for you and I to decide how he should take it, right? No, I said I would have wanted him to be the fighter that he is. And come back hard. Saying, okay, drop me then. If I'm not good enough, drop me, but I'll keep turning up and playing.
I'll keep playing.
But he preempted and left before he could even reach that.
Yeah, well, only thing was, again, this whole thought also for the selectors, they would have conceived this thought not when Virat was going through the bad patch that he was. You don't just go back to, again, because Virat in his own words had said that once I'm gone, I'm gone. Once I leave captaincy, the time that he'd quit RCB captaincy as well, he'd made this thing very clear that once captaincy is gone, captaincy is gone. So you didn't per se get that vibe from him that he will ever want captaincy back. Once
this is difference. IPL, but vis-a-vis test matches.
And test match, I would have.
That's why now go back to RCB, that when they win IPL, why does he bring about test cricket?
But Virat wasn't scoring runs in test.
I know that.
It's about taking Indian cricket forward. He is in the twilight of his career. That is not.
It was not going to be a long-term thing. That's what I'm trying to say. It was a short-term thing.
There was no Indian cricket. Would have been the right thing also.
At that moment, who was the captain? Right.
Who made Shubman Gill the captain a few months later.
That's what I'm saying. There was nothing. There was no hope, and they took a big gamble to do that. After everyone who was going to be there.
But then
said
people
no.
could say, and I'm being the
Things
devil's
change every
advocate
few
here.
months.
I mean the devil's. This is not. But just if this was a debate and I was just coming up with reasons to cross-question everything that may have happened. But people could also say that Virat was then being gullible. He was not in form for 4 years. How is it that 1 or 2 conversations and he started to believe whatever the selectors were telling
How
him?
does that matter? See, again, it doesn't. If they themselves want him, so maybe he's ready to
I'm
take
just
the
saying,
responsibility.
you haven't scored runs and there is nothing. You cannot go and rewrite those numbers now, right? The conversation may have happened, I'm saying, twice on the tour of BGT. And then Virat suddenly starting to believe that I am going to be resurrecting Test cricket again. Then comes the third meeting in which they are saying, listen Virat, that plan actually, we'll have to think about it.
No, that was told in the second meeting only, not third.
And then
third was told that we don't know whether you can play.
So, I'm just saying.
So my point is, see, it's not about right. It's his wish. No, if he doesn't like it the way, see, again, I'm saying each person is in a different part of his career. You speak to a young player like that, he may want to fight for his place. At that moment, he doesn't want to get into it. So fine, don't want me.
He
I'm
didn't
going.
like the conversation.
Finish. That's his choice. It's how he's taken that conversation. Whether you play him, drop him, that's entirely their call.
But see, you got an inkling of it. He didn't take the captaincy thing when it was taken away from him. He didn't
Exactly
take
my
it well.
point.
This was, anyway, this conversation was had. How do you expect him to say, oh, I will fight back? He couldn't fight back even for his captaincy when he had the best record. Why didn't he fight back then? He didn't.
No, how could he have fought back? What do you mean fought back?
20
You're not given captaincy like that. Somebody else came to him like that.
Yeah.
That captaincy was taken away from him. How would he
It was
fight back?
taken away. That was the thing.
So how do you expect him to fight back after that? Say, if you don't make me captain, I won't play. No, obviously not. That's the other thing he mentions in the podcast. That doesn't matter who, I've given it my best, no matter who I play for. He said, when I also became captain, we had a young bunch of players who never saw that it's only my responsibility. They all said, no, we have to build a team for the future. You can't be going asking for it. Somebody has to offer you. You can't demand captain.
But he didn't recover from that. He didn't.
Okay, now from the US says, if ever a chapter on Kohli Test retirement is written, I want it to be called Melancholy. Oh my God, what a nice play of words. I like it. It still hurts that he didn't achieve the 10K landmark.
That slump really killed it.
Yeah, I'm saying if he was a bit pushy, a bit stubborn now, they wouldn't have dropped him for the England tour. If he had a good England tour, he would have made 10K runs.
Yeah, he would have.
Because he would have played after that as well. Yeah. He's still fit enough to be playing. He would have played.
Yeah, he would have played the Bangladesh, West Indies series. He would have, no, not Afghanistan. West Indies, he would have played South Africa. Who knows? Who knows?
King 007 says, Nick sir, my heart pains and I'm deeply anguished to see how we treat the greatest in ODIs like this. I'm truly broken. This is reprehensible. Please take his stand and I urge you and will be grateful. Thanks.
Yeah, actually when you look at it, there has been
how we treat
treatment meted out to Virat. Honestly. There is the shoddy treatment.
No, but in ODIs though, no.
Yeah.
There's been no
He
shoddy.
retired on his own will from T20s. After on a high, he went on the ultimate of high.
Yeah, T20 also nobody, I think the only debate was about his test retirement. ODIs he's playing.
Also he put out a Insta post or a tweet and then said hashtag 269 signing off. And King is giving me a repost by saying LOL said Indian test cricket was languishing at 7 before Virat took over and is still at 7 under Pakistan. Didn't see any flourish. LOLs, give me a break. But again, a dark underbelly of Virat's test captaincy. Yes, you won in Australia. Kudos. That's why he will forever be remembered as one of our best test captains. But you never won in England. You never won in New Zealand. You never won in South Africa. And you didn't win the ICC WTC. You didn't. Under Virat's captaincy.
Team got a lot of character and that means
Test cricket is looked at in bilateral form and he was very good. Success rate is the best.
But he won it. He didn't lose a single series at home. He lost only 2 tests in his entire tenure.
And you've just lost 2 series at home now. Yeah. So that says a lot.
Highs, you fall to the mighty of the lows. That's how it is.
I am Akansha says, भारतीय युवा विराट को इसलिए चाहता है क्योंकि उसमें सच बोलने की हिम्मत है. अंबानी का इतना सब पूरा करने के बाद भी रोहित नहीं बोल पाया. And shame on BCCI. नहीं, I think आकांक्षा
कुछ तो गड़बड़ है.
No, I mean, he speaks the truth, yeah, I agree, but so does Rohit. I don't know what the comparison with Rohit is.
Rohit, you have to look at the press conference that he said that why we can't play Ranji.
Yeah, plus the thing is, a lot of people make out what happened to, Rohit in Mumbai, but after that he had a choice to leave, but he's stuck on, right? So clearly things may have been okay with them. I know it wasn't the right way to have dealt with him as captain in MI. That's a blunder that Mumbai made, but then he's stuck on with them, so I'm guessing he's fine with it. Maybe a few years down the line he speaks about
want to
it.
leave home, the home that he built. He doesn't want to leave
The temple.
the temple that he built. Yeah.
Yeah, Rithambar Goswami.
Yeah, he says, can you guys please clarify why Anshul Kamboj has so much hype across the country? Umesh was way better and was never taken this seriously. But yeah, Anshul came into the spotlight after a perfect 10 in the Ranji. He came into the spotlight then and he was immediately fast tracked even into the test match scene.
Yeah, and he was not fit and he played and wasn't a great debut for him. But he deserves to come back, and by the way, he's had a good IPL. Yeah, this is one real bad game that he had. So let's not discredit him.
He's got 19 wickets here in 12 games.
Yeah.
Leading wicket taker was
Yeah.
CSK.
Yeah. But I still feel he's a good bowler, but he's a conditions bowler. He requires conditions as well.
He would have flourished in the old England pitches of 2014-18. Man, oh man. Bring those back, yeah, rather than those horrible pitches that you got in England. Watching cricket in England now is a bore. Honestly. it's
Though the
a bore.
test series was fun. Yeah.
No, batting,
but too
batting,
many
batting,
runs,
batting,
yeah.
Yeah, but
Too many
bloody
runs.
most
What?
exciting test matches, yeah. Oval and Lords, yeah. Come on.
100-run partnerships we saw. Yeah.
Come on.
It was
Jamie Smith is scoring 150.
Amazing test matches. Yeah. What a series. It
one
had
of-
everything.
One of the most boring test
There's
series that
just
I've ever
too
seen.
many runs for
Boring.
Was boring. Batting, batting.
Too much.
Bowlers, where were they in the game? I wanted
What
the
series
old
were you
England of
watching?
90s
Yeah, that's another thing. But you're calling that series
It
boring.
was. Artificially we hyped it up here. Artificially.
Oh,
See, there were
God.
some very good
Oh,
moments in
God.
that test series.
I think, it's
Very,
12th
very good moments.
30th night, and I'll get a headache now. That series was boring.
But too many
It
runs.
was.
Yeah, broke all television records, most attendance record without any superstar. Must have been exciting. That's why people were tuning in the TV and watching it live.
I think
The TV numbers I don't believe it at all. I just don't believe in TV numbers.
What do you believe in?
Simple.
Your own
the
thing. I've
numbers.
decided and I've said it.
No. What happened in the 90s and 2000s? There was equal contest between bat and ball.
That's
yeah.
another debate. But to
That
say
is the
that
only
England.
debate that I'm focusing on, not numbers, not fans and all of that. I'm not focusing on that.
You said it was a boring series.
It was. Every single match was boring here. No, only batters dominate.
Batters dominated.
Yeah.
That's not to say that we didn't have some fabulous moments. in
Sure,
this series.
Oval, fabulous.
Fabulous moments.
Over London, Lords, fabulous, but still,
Yeah.
it was very, very boring.
Mr. Daniel says Virat didn't score in last 5 years as per his own standard. Otherwise, in those 5 years, he was still a better performer than Rahane, Pujara, Rahul Gale. But Harshit will defend Rahul.
So tell me the one person, Daniel, one person in that Australia tour, since that was being most talked about. Tell me the one person who, for the best interest of the team, was shuffled around. Please tell me. You'll have your answer. Who was it?
Rahul.
Yeah.
Oh, but what is that? That's not. I mean, so that's not a. He's been pushed around, but that's not an achievement. Is what my point is.
For that team, the way that it was struggling, you were looking
You
for
have
an
no
answer.
option. You'll have to do it.
You were looking for an answer in KL Rahul for everything.
I know.
Batting.
He had a decent start, but then tapered off. toward- yeah.
I agree. And again, you can't defend the undefendable. Virat Kohli, peak of his form, we all wanted him. 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5th year, the cricket, again, I cannot have innings after innings, match after match, if the mode of dismissal is not changing, if there's a clear technical flaw over there. And for 5 years, the team's also paying a cost for that. I can also, just be nostalgic and then think about the highs, etc. But I have to look at what is happening as well. So 5 years is enough time. Was KL Rahul or any other batter given that kind of leeway? Nobody was. Nobody ever will be. And I'm not saying you were wrong, because Virat perhaps deserved that kind of a timeline as well. He deserved that kind of long rope too. But you had to, yeah, the selectors, the hand was forced, and if you were to ask me, I would have probably done the same. Those conversations, and some conversations are always difficult. There is no easy way out to certain conversations. As they say, there is no better way of saying it.
And even Rahane, Pujara, they also outlived their utility. I'm sorry, there was a big debate about them over the inability to play spin.
Virat was a cut above these guys, no question about that. No question about it.
We took the Shire home, I think he's again repeated it.
Yeah.
That was the start of the thing.
We've taken that, yes. Shire home, we took it right at the start. That was the first comment that we took. Okay, on that note, or do you want to take a few more comments?
Up to you.
Okay, we'll take one or two comments. Okay. Once I just stopped. Brian Lara, M2K. Ashwin also is legend. He was star a series before and just one New Zealand series slump and pushed out. Is he not graciously handled? Perth 100 might have encouraged captaincy thoughts. Then he was a walking wicket. But to just mention to Brian Lara, if Ashwin was dealt like that, please see our reportage on that. It's not that we praise the Indian management to have done that. We actually, took them head on in saying that the way Ashwin was dealt with is not great. So, two wrongs don't. If you cannot really decide how fans will be, come on.
The COVID times were the best when there were no fans in the stadium. Honestly, they were the best days.
Okay, the
adrenaline
sport will
from-
shut down. It will pack up if there are
nothing
no
will
fans.
happen.
Yes. Sachin Kashyap says, one crazy question, will France be out of the group stage? And Harshit, how much confident are you that Bruno in World Cup and Portugal going to round of 16? Okay, quickly answer that. That's our last question of the night.
France out of the group stage, not happening.
One more.
Not happening. Bruno in the World Cup, I expect him to do well. Portugal round of 16 might happen. They have a good side. But high expectations from Bruno. Has to be.
I don't know who's winning this World Cup, honestly. Very open World Cup.
Harsh Purohit. By the way, just a reminder that once the Football World Cup starts, we'll of course have live chats here in Sports Today as well, as we always do. We love our football as well, just as we like our cricket. And so once the action starts, you'll have lots of stories up on Sports Today on the Football World Cup. And once in a while, we'll have our live discussions as well. Maybe by the time we reach, we did a watch along of Champions League once.
Champions League, yes.
Final.
Real Madrid versus Liverpool.
Yeah, we saw it live and we did a watch along. Maybe we might, because timing might suit us as well.
This 4:30 AM matches.
No, final. We'll do semis and finals watch along.
12:30 AM if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we can do.
Oh, yeah.
Huh? No.
I think so.
No, it'll be morning.
7
a.m. type or something. We'll do a watch along or something, semis and finals.
Yeah.
Yes.
Football you can do, right?
Yeah, you can.
1.5 hour, done and dusted.
Nine
Fine.
minutes.
So we'll do that. Final comment from Harsh Purohit. He says, Nikhil, the quote Virat said, either be clear or be quiet and let me play. Will the big ego clash again in Indian cricket for the next year and a half? No, I don't think so. Because I think he's pretty much now not playing any form of cricket for India, barring ODI cricket. Now you got a year and a half left for that. I think that's going to be his target. You saw there was a bit of unease when he came also into the Indian team. He's found a way to be in that Indian setup with that unease around and just perform, and he'll carry on with that. World Cup will be done, then he'll say tata bye bye and continue to play for RCB maybe a few more seasons after that.
2029, that entire cycle from 2029.
Possible. Okay, on that note, we'll call it a night. It's been a long show tonight, is it?
Yes.
Oh, that's par for the
18
course. We do
minutes.
it that much.
Yeah, tomorrow's game, KKR versus GT at the Eden Gardens. If GT
For the sake of making IPL fun, you want KKR to win.
Yeah.
Because if GT win, Q. The first Q in IPL will come up in the qualification. If KKR win, oh boy, then every other team then be very, very careful.
See you tomorrow then. Bye bye. Good night. Nandri.
Nandri,
Vanakkam.
Vanakkam, Shubhratri,
Shabbat
Shabbat Khair.
Eat your vegetables. Don't trouble your mother.
Subscribe to Sports Today and thank you for 700k.
You'll say it.
Yeah.